On a daily basis, you are looking for solutions to your questions. You're spending your time searching on YouTube and Google and other platforms, really trying to find the solution to your social media strategies and tactics. But the thing is this the best way that you should be using your time in your business? What is up? My name is Rania and I'm here from Socialize That, and today we're going to be talking about how you can stop consuming content and doing it yourself to actually get results in your business that are bigger and greater and have a huge impact. So I wanted to start off this video a little bit different with a story. So I've been in the online marketing space since 2011, and I am a rigorous researcher. I love to go into details and learn every single little detail about a topic that I'm trying to search. So for example, when I first started in 2011, at that time, Facebook was the big thing. And I was researching and learning so much about Facebook, to the point where I knew every single little nook and cranny of Facebook. The thing with that is I continued this pattern while implementing, but I continued this pattern from 2011 till 2019. I was researching the crap out of everything. And the thing is, when you're researching that much, even if you're implementing a little, you're still not implementing enough to get big results. If I was not researching this much back in 2011, I probably would have started this channel earlier. We probably would have met earlier. What I came to know is that the researching, the needing to know more, is actually something that I internally needed to work with. And I needed to accept that I don't have the answer to every single question. And I needed to accept that really, honestly, you can't be an expert. It's impossible in the digital marketing space, I mean. Because after 6 months of rigorous research for Facebook changed and the algorithm changed, and then I had to go back and do the same thing over and over again. And the new platforms were hot, and then I started doing that even more and more and more. And it really did tire out my brain. And the thing is, even if you're still implementing, right, you're not only going to be wasting time researching, you are also going to be wasting energy. And when I say wasting, I don't mean it's not good for you to research. It is good. You need to be looking for your answers. But the way we operate is actually in two ways: directly searching for content and indirectly searching for content. Directly searching for content is you physically coming on YouTube or Google and searching for the answer. Indirectly searching for content is while you're using platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any kind of social media platform, you are subconsciously looking for a solution to your question. So for example, if you have an issue with your hashtag strategy and you're going to be using direct search methodology, you're going to be able to go on to YouTube or to Google and search, how do I create a hashtag strategy? What hashtags can I use? Whereas when you're on Instagram and you see a really good post and you see a good caption, you go in and you see the hashtags that they're using, and then you might even go into the hashtags even further. So that means that you are going to be exuding energy in two situations. One, when you're actually actively looking for the solution, and two, when you're not actively looking for the solution. So that means you're going to be using time and energy in both situations. So even though you think that you need to be actively looking for the solution at all times, you do not, because your subconscious mind is there working to find the answer. And your subconscious mind is not going to wake up and be like, okay, I need to find the answer to the hashtag strategy. No, your subconscious mind needs to be told that they need to go find out the answer. So instead of saying, oh my gosh, my hashtag strategy sucks, you can be saying, okay, how can I make my hashtag strategy better? You're activating your subconscious mind to start looking for the answer. So you might be consciously looking for the answer, which is directly searching, and at the same time, your subconscious mind is going to try to find the solution in everything that is happening around you. And it's going to start noticing other people's hashtag strategies so that you can actually connect the dots. Talk is all good, but how do you actually implement not consuming more? So I was on a social media detox. And what I realized was, so the time that I was spending on social media, even though it wasn't a lot, was replaced with the time that I was spending with my family and friends or watching Netflix. So the time is going to be filled. no matter what you do. What I actually recommend you do is the time that you take away from consuming content, you need to replace it with a better behavior. So instead of consuming the content, you're going to be creating images, you're going to be writing captions, you're going to be working on the website that you have not had time to work on. You are going to put down a sales strategy that you can actually, follow. Being this strategic and intentional, you're going to be moving the time that you're spending so much on social media, consuming content. Even if you're not consuming content to find a solution, just consuming content for the sake of it, you're going to remove social media from that time, and you're going to take something productive and putting it back into that time. And that actually gets you more productive in your business and gets you more results, right? And the reason why I say this is because I use this learning more for 7 straight years so that I will not have to implement, so that I will have an excuse as to why I haven't been implementing. Now, I want to know in the comments section below how much of your time you're actually spending on social media, and is this time actually strategic and intentional? So put the time and tell me intentional or not intentional. And we'll see where the majority of us actually live. So your action steps for today is to go onto Instagram and track how much time you're spending there. And the reason why I say Instagram is because this is the only social media platform that tells you exactly how much time you're spending on it. And generally and roughly speaking, you're going to be spending the same amount of time on other social media platforms on average. Then you're going to say, okay, this is great. Is this time actually me in the platform engaging with my audience? Is it time me in the platform creating content? Is this time me in the platform doing hashtag research? If it is, great, keep going. If it's not, you're going to need to be like, okay, so this is how much time I'm spending. I think roughly half that time is spent for creating content, hashtag strategy, and engaging with my audience. So I'm just going to stick to having half the time there. So let me just give you an example. If you're spending around 2 hours on the social media platforms, you can just say, I want to spend half the time that I'm spending on social media, so 1 hour on social media, and the other hour is for, working on my sales page, or working on my sales strategy, or working on content, creating content so that I can be more consistent in my business, or working on creating systems in my business so that I can be more effective and consistent. In social media, you have the 2 hours in total. You take 1 hour, you put it on another productive activity, and social media will continue to have the engagement, the creating content, the hashtag strategies, and all those beautiful things, but you're going to be consuming less because you're going to be focusing on producing and creating content instead of just consuming it. This is for the indirect way of reducing the consumption of your social media. But when we're thinking about the direct and the conscious way of actually trying to find a solution to our problems, you will need to also put a limitation to that. So let's say on average, it takes you 3 to 4 blog posts and videos for you to understand the concept that you're trying to implement. You will be needing to limit yourself to that number of blog posts and websites. So what this actually looks like is, instead of just like opening 5,000 tabs like I do, open up 5 and consume the content. If those 5 don't get you working knowledge of what you need to solve, then you go into the next 5. And you do that until you get the solution to your problem, so that you won't have lots of tabs open and you're really just really worried about consuming the content that's there and putting off everything so that you can close down the tabs that are open on your browser. This is something that I've realized. I used to actually put this down in my to-do list. Read all the tabs that are open. You don't need to read all of them. You need to read enough so that you can get the information so that you can go and implement. All right, guys. Now, if you're liking this video, make sure you screenshot it and share it on Instagram, tag me, and send it out to your friends, because we need to consume less and start creating more. I want to see results, guys. Go ahead and implement.